Hey, welcome back. In the last video, we went over this problem that we are going to solve in Python. So very quickly, we have these two cables, cable A right here and cable B right here, and those two cables are supporting this load P, which is acting downwards. And in this video, we want to figure out what the tension in both of these cables are for a range of theta values from theta 1 all the way to theta 2. And for this particular problem, we are looking at an alpha of 35, a beta of 75, a p of 400 newtons, and a delta theta, or the incremental value of theta, of 5 degrees. So in the last video, we came up with the algorithm down here. So if you haven't watched that last video, I would highly recommend it because this algorithm right here is what we're going to implement in this video. Okay, so just like the algorithm stated, the very first thing we need to do is define our input. So immediately we do need values for angle alpha and beta and the force P as well as the theta value. So I'm going in our script right here, I'm going to just write angle alpha, and that was 35 degrees. So I'll just make a comment that this is in degrees, and then we also have this angle beta, which was equal to 75 degrees. And this is going to be just a quick comment, degrees. Now we also need a variable for our P load, so I'm going to just call that force P, and this is going to be a value of 400 newtons. And then finally our delta theta, how much we're going to increment theta by, that was equal to 5 degrees. And again, looking at the problem, those values are coming from what was given in that problem statement. So 35, 75, 400, and then 5 degrees. So that is what I have written out here. Okay, so now that we've defined our input, in the algorithm that we wrote in the last video, I said that we should first ensure that our alpha and our beta values are within a particular range, and that range was to make sure that they were no larger than 180 degrees. So they could not be 180 degrees or larger. So what I want to do here is I want to write a quick check, and I want to say that if angle alpha is greater than or equal to 180 degrees, or angle beta is greater than or equal to 180 degrees, then I just want to print something to the console and say the angles are too large. So just, go ahead and check your input and try again. And then at this point, I want to exit this script. So if this if statement is true, if either angle alpha is 180 degrees or higher, or beta is 180 degrees or higher, then this is going to get printed to the console, and then exit is going to execute, and then anything we write after this if statement is not going to run. And that's just to ensure that we don't get something like a zero value in our denominator when we're trying to figure out the tension in A or tension in B. Okay, so now that we've done that check, let's see what our second step was. Well, after we ensure that alpha and beta are good, we want to define the range of theta 1 and theta 2. And again, theta 1 is where theta is going to start, and theta 2 is where theta is going to end. So theta 1 has a starting value of whatever our beta value is minus 90, and then theta 2 is 90 minus alpha. So we can define that range here, and I can create two more variables called theta start, and theta start is equal to this beta value minus 90 degrees, and then theta end would equal 90 degrees minus alpha. And then both of these values are going to give us degree values. And I keep writing degrees here because it's going to be super important when we start calculating tension of A and tension of B. We're going to have to use the sine function, and sine takes in values in radians. So we're going to have to convert from degrees to radians. But anyway, for now, we've defined both our theta start and theta end, and I misspelled theta end, so I'll just go ahead and change that right here. Again, if you don't know where these values are coming from, it's just these values right here, beta minus 90 and then 90 minus alpha. Okay, awesome. So in the next part of this script, we wanted to write this for loop, and this is probably going to be the most intensive part about this problem. We're going to have to loop for every theta value between theta 1 and theta 2 in increments of delta theta. And for every loop or every value of theta, we're going to have to calculate two variables, tension A and tension B. And then we can simply just print those values to the console for every iteration of theta, and that should solve the problem, right? The problem just asked for the tensions in both cables for every value of theta between theta 1 and theta 2. So, okay, how are we going to write this for loop? Well, at the end of the last video, I introduced this range function. And this range function allows us to specify a starting value, a ending value, and then an optional incrementing value. So this increment parameter, or this argument right here, is going to increment our theta value. It's going to start at start, and then for every version of the loop or every iteration of the loop, it's going to increment by a certain value here. So let's go ahead and write that in code to see what this for loop is going to look like. So I'll write out the syntax, or I'll write out the for loop here first. I'll say for theta, that's going to be our theta variable, in the range from theta start to theta end in an increment of delta theta, I want to do something here. So again, we are ranging, or we are looping from theta start to theta end in increments of delta theta. And for every iteration of that loop, we are going to have this theta value, which is going to be different, right? For every loop, it's going to, so theta is going to start from theta start, and then it's going to change by a value of delta theta for every iteration of this loop. So what that allows us to do is, well, if you remember from the last video, we came up with these two equations right here. We had the tension in cable A and the tension of cable B. And both of these values are dependent, or they are functions of this theta value. So when we're iterating through this loop, this theta value right here for every iteration of the loop is what this theta value here and here are for tension A and tension B in both of these equations. Everything else is known, right? Like we know the magnitude of P, we know beta, we know alpha. So now that we kind of have the outer version of this for loop, let's start writing the equations for tension of A and tension of B. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to declare a variable and create a variable called denominator, and that value is going to be equal to sine of alpha plus beta. And the reason I'm going to do that is because in both of these equations, the denominator is exactly the same. So we can use that in our code a little later on. So let's do that first. I'll say denominator. I hope I spelled that right. That's going to be equal to sine of angle alpha plus angle beta. Now, be very careful here. If we try to run the program now, it's going to crash because Python does not know where this sine function is coming from. And that's because we forgot to import the math library. So at the very top, I'm going to import math as m, so I can just use the shorthand m. And I can say that m.sine is equal to angle alpha plus angle beta. Okay, that is almost there. But you also probably remember me emphasizing that all these degree values, the angle alpha, beta, those are all in degrees. When we use the sine function, at least in Python, sine is expecting the parameters or the arguments that you pass in to be in radian values. So what we need to do here is we need to convert angle alpha and angle beta into radian values. And the way we can do that is we can use the math library. So we can say m.radians of angle alpha plus angle beta. So what this is going to do is it's going to add angle alpha and angle beta together. It's going to convert that value from degrees into radians, and then it's going to pass that value into this sine function. And then this denominator, or that entire value, is just going to be assigned to this denominator variable. Okay, so with that, I think we can go ahead and start writing out the equations for tension A first, and then we can do tension B later. So tension A is going to be just our P value, times the sine of 90 minus beta plus theta. So let's go ahead and do that on the next line. So I could say tension of A is going to equal the force P times m dot sine of, well, what was it? It was 90 minus angle beta plus the angle theta. And that is the value that we're iterating over in this for loop. So this theta value is what's going to be plugged in here. And all of this is going to be divided by our denominator, which was this value right here. Okay, so just like in the last line on line 17, we had to convert these values from degrees to radians. So what I can do here is I could do m dot radians, and then that's going to be 90 minus angle beta plus theta. Okay, so that should do it for tension A. So what this is going to do is for every for loop, it's going to give us the tension in cable A for that particular theta value that we're incrementing over. So that is tension of A. Now we need to do tension of B, and it's pretty similar. It's just that the value inside of the sine function is a little bit different than equation 1. So we could go ahead, and what I'll do is I'll just copy this line of code down here, and there's a few things we need to change. First, we need to change this from TA to TB. It's still going to be force of P, and it's still going to be sine, but now it's going to be 90 minus angle alpha, and instead of plus theta, it's going to be minus theta, and it's still going to be divided by the same denominator because those the denominator doesn't change for TA or TB. It's exactly the same. So, okay, that's great. So what this is going to do is it's going to give us values of TA and TB. And what we could do here is we could just quickly print something to the console, and we could say something like the angle that we're iterating over right now is that angle theta, and then I'll do a new line character. So I'm just gonna create a new line, or it's kind of like hitting enter on your computer and it starts a new line. And then I'll say the tension in A is the TA value that we found in a couple lines above, and then I'll do another new line and I'll say tension of B is TB. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and try running it. So if I run it, you should see some values here in the console. So let's go ahead and do that. And we get a crash. So here we're getting a type error, and it's saying that a float object cannot be interpreted as an integer, and it's pointing to this line right here. And so what this error really is saying is that this range function can't iterate over float objects. It can only iterate through integers. So the problem here is that our theta start and our theta end are float values, and they are not integer values. And that's because when we did the calculations for theta start and theta end, we did angle beta minus 90.0. And so this in Python is interpreted as a float value. So if I just got rid of the decimal point, this angle beta, which is 75, and that's of type integer, if we subtract 90, then we get an integer value, not a float. And so I can do the same thing here for theta end, and that should hopefully fix the problem. So again, this range function can only take in integer values, not float values. So this should hopefully work. Let's clear this error and then save it and then try again. And off to the side, you can see that we get a lot of numbers. So for angle negative 15, that looks like that was our theta start value. The tension in A is 0 newtons, and the tension in B is 400 newtons. Now there's a little bit of a problem here. The values look correct, but there's just an unnecessary amount of significant figures for tension A and tension B, right? We don't need to know that it's 399.999999994. Merely just 399.9 or 400 would work. So what we need to do here is once we calculate TA and TB, what we can do is we can round those values down to a certain number of decimal points. So I'll say that TA, we are going to round TA to a decimal point of 1, and we can do the same thing for TB. And again, this equal sign isn't really an equal sign. it's the assignment operator. So what this is doing is it's taking this round function on the right-hand side is taking in TA, it's rounding it down to 1 decimal place, and then it's assigning that value to the variable TA. So don't get confused of saying, well, why is there TA on both sides? This expression right here is doing something to the current value of TA and then updating the TA value after this right-hand side has executed. So, okay, so now when we run this print statement for every iteration of this for loop, we should see something a lot nicer. So let's go ahead and run that there. And we can see that, yeah, this looks a lot nicer and those numbers are correct. So again, for every angle theta, we are going to have a tension in cable A and cable B, and those values are listed right here. So congratulations, you solved your second problem in statics using Python.